We're streaming. What's up, guys? This is John with Button. What's up, guys? This is John with Button Crypto, and today's episode is another live technical analysis of Bitcoin. I know we've been gone for a few weeks, maybe I say, but honestly, as I was discussing it with Crypto Poppy before we got online, nothing's changed, like not that much. I mean, everybody's still indecisive. Nobody knows where the market is going, so everything's still just stuck. We're like in this limbo, not knowing where the market goes. And of course, what I've been hearing is that they're going to drop the interest rates. So hopefully that moves the market in the short term, but we'll see. So let me just get out of the way, and I'm going to hand it over to Crypto Poppy. We're going to do some technical analysis on Bitcoin, see if we could get anything out of it. Okay. Sorry for the low quality of my camera. I just didn't feel like putting my other one. Okay, Crypto Poppy, take it over from here.
All right. Today is December 2nd, so we're going to start on the monthly time frame. As you see, really, last month, November, was a pretty bearish month. It caused us to redraw our Fibonacci, our swing low on the Fibonacci, again on the monthly time frame. You need a firewall. So we had to redraw the Fibonacci. I believe it occurred mid-November, so we drew it on the weekly time frame first and then just adjusted it on the monthly time frame to line it up perfectly with the bottom wick. And as you see here on our monthly time frame, I mean, we've really just been steadily coming down during this bear market, and we weren't breaking these lows that occurred in the original break in June, and then we retested them again here in September, again in October, and then November we finally fell through. So on the way up, that will be slight resistance at the bottom of these wicks here. Realistically, even here, we're getting a little resistance, but not much. But really, the bottom of these wicks and then the bottom of the candle bodies will have heavy resistance around the low 19,000. Oh man, the wicks are what? 17-ish thousand? Oh, 18,200. So, I mean, really, if we are to start moving to the upside, there's going to be a decent amount of resistance. But once we clear these levels, the $19,000 to $20,000 range, realistically, it should be a clean shot to the 236 at the $28,000 level. That's starting to line up with our trend line that we have drawn here. So that will come into play in the future. So now let's switch from the monthly time frame to the weekly time frame. That's really where we do most of our analysis and really look at Bitcoin and the rest of the market. So we have our swing high, we have our swing low drawn here, which was drawn the first week of November, actually. Yeah, the first week of November is when we had to adjust our Fibonacci for a new swing low. And as you can see here, this trend line we have drawn here, first touch point is June 13th of this year. We bounced off of it a couple times, a true retest of it here on July 11th of this year. A little retest before we just melted through it. Then we bounced off as resistance to the upside, and we've yet to retest it. So once Bitcoin does start gearing up and winding up to the upside, the trend line here paired with the 236 level at the $28,000 range will be a lot of heavy resistance. People probably have some sell orders around there just to take profit or to enter the market in a short position. So, I mean, Bitcoin, looks good. We've really been going sideways since this green, what do you call that, a doji? Somewhat a doji, just an indecisive candle on June 20th. And for all this time, we've really just been going sideways. We could get the measuring tool out, click on the doji. Let's go over to before we broke out, we were going sideways for 19 bars, which means 19 weeks because each candlestick represents 1 week worth of trading. And then even right now, we're still realistically in this box range. So, we've been going sideways for quite some time now. We're due for either a break hard to the downside or, a break to the upside.
How much room for the downside is there?
That's a good question. That's who could really tell, to be honest with you? Let's look at these tops. I'm looking at the tops right here on August 10th, 2020. So we could get out our measuring tool and we could go from current price here. Let me try to line it up the best that we can right here. And to the top of those over here where I'm looking right here.
Yeah.
To the downside is 28%. Or if we break even lower, and now I'm looking at the tops of these wicks.
Yeah.
And top of the candle bodies, 37%.
At about 10,000, right? Yeah. 10,400.
yeah.
10,400.
So really, there is decent amount of movement to the downside, but again, like we look at is the to the upside, right here to the 236, that's 66%. To the bottom of the red box of resistance, 136%. Top of the red box, 146. And everyone's favorite, 61.8, 185%. So Bitcoin could still, blow people's minds. So really, to me, Bitcoin has still looked good. It's looked good, this whole sideways movement, somewhat consolidative period for Bitcoin, which is pretty uncommon for Bitcoin, especially for this long period of a time. This, it's somewhat reminding me of this here from 2018 into 2019, how we just really went sideways and the market was, wasn't going much higher, wasn't going much lower. And then you see what happened. And we did retest those lows as well before, again, continuing up to the upside. So really, we just came down. We're retesting, points of breakout here. We haven't fully gotten down here to a point of breakout around the mid $10,000 level. And, realistically, we could get a candle wick down to these levels before continuing to the upside. But, Bitcoin's moving along sideways, nice and tight. So I'm looking for it to, relatively soon to start winding back up to the upside to the high $20,000 range.
That's good. Like I said earlier, there's nothing we can actually do. We just wait.
Right.
And that's what we've been doing for a while. And I know people might be getting desperate right now. They're probably getting a little more anxious about what's going to happen with the market, and they're selling. But now financial advice, we're still buying little by little. We're just kind of making smaller buys because, there's, of course, there's potential to the downside.
Yeah.
And that just means that we want to buy lower.
Right.
So if it goes lower, we're going to buy lower. Not Bitcoin, of course.
Yeah.
This is just our guideline for the entire crypto market.
Yeah, Bitcoin leads the market.
But stay tuned for the next one. We'll be doing live technical analysis on Litecoin, which is doing really great, actually.
Oh, yeah.
So stay tuned. We'll be back.